Well, the Adam Smith Institute, the economic think tank, has released a new report today on intergenerational inequality. Entitled Boomer and Bust, it draws attention to the increasingly large divide between the generations in this country. From the triple lock on pensions, boosting those pensions more than wages, and access to property being constrained for young people more so than it's been at any point in recent history. The question must be asked, is society working for younger people? And by younger people, I mean basically anyone under the age of 65. Well, Dan Pryor is head of research at the Adam Smith Institute and joins me now. And Dan, first of all, what is the background to this report? Is there this growing sense of intergenerational unfairness?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me, Tom. So it hasn't happened on purpose or out of any sort of malice, but we did find that politics has become geared towards older people at the expense of younger generations. And the end result is that we'll all end up poorer. And as you mentioned in your intro there, the elephant in the room is not building enough houses. Home ownership amongst young people has plummeted across the country. Just to illustrate, in the 80s and 90s, would have taken the average 30-year-old first-time buyer about 3 years to save enough for a mortgage deposit. And today it takes nearly 20 years. But there was some good news, and we did some polling along with this research, and the people are starting to realize this when it comes to housing. Our polling shows overwhelming acceptance across generations that it is much harder today for young people to buy a home than it was for their parents. It's the kind of wasting money on avocados and Netflix narrative is thankfully a fringe view, it seems. And even more encouragingly, it shows majority support for more homes being built in people's local areas. That's up 14 percentage points since we did a similar poll in September last year. But as you say, of course, it's not just housing. Public spending since 2010, at the very least, has been geared towards older people. Pensioners have become nearly £900 a year better off compared to the working age population. And of course, the other area we looked at was education. Lockdowns having a significant impact and the long-term effects that could have on employment and earnings. But there are also structural issues that we have with post-secondary education in particular.